Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new around here, my name is Ashton and I make faith videos here on YouTube. In today's video, I'm sharing some of my current Christian favorites. So if you're interested in seeing that, then just keep on watching.
I can't even explain it, nah. Maybe it's the way you look in my eyes. How I feel is beyond words can describe.
So to kick off this video, we are going to start with a brand that I recently discovered but am definitely loving right now, and that brand is called Deeply Rooted. So this is a Christian apparel brand, and I don't know about you guys, but the Christian apparel gang can kind of get monotonous. It can kind of be the same, you know. We have t-shirts and hoodies, but outside of that, there's not really like cool Christian clothing, or I haven't really seen a lot of it until I discovered this brand. So the best way for me to describe this brand, like, it's Christian loungewear, activewear, and I feel like if she continues to expand and grow, I don't know what vision God has given her, but I feel like she could really be like the Skims of Christian apparel. So let me just show you some of the things that I got from this brand. So like I said, it is activewear. So the first thing that I got is this brown set. And so it comes with these biker shorts, and it has the DR for Deeply Rooted at the bottom, and then it comes with this what is this, like a racer back top. And so there's a set, and she has multiple sets in different colors. So she also has a set in like this stone cream color, but I ended up just getting the shorts in this one. And then I also got the biker shorts in the black. And then I also got the black leggings, which I don't have because I've already worn them. And the material is super soft. The shipping was really quick. And she even wrote a note on the packing slip, which was very sweet. And so I'm super excited about that brand. I'm pretty sure she has a anniversary sale coming up. So I would highly recommend that you go shop with that brand, and I will make sure to link the Instagram and the website in the description below. So the next item I got was actually gifted to me by the brand, but I have really been enjoying using this journal slash planner. So it's called the Timeless Journal and Planner by Preach, Pray, and Obey. And essentially it is a regular planner, so it has a monthly spread, and then it also has a weekly spread. But what I find really cool about this planner is that it also has devotions in it, and so each week focuses on something different. So like week 1 is faith and belief, and then week 2 starts on God's unconditional love. And then it just keeps going on to different topics. We have identity in Christ. So it's just a really cool planner. If you get the full set, then it also comes with like this dust bag for your planner, which I think is really cool. The box is beautiful. And it also came with a mini notepad and prayer set, as well as some pens. And then she also has a note in here as well. So I have been using this planner for about 2 weeks now, and I actually use it to schedule out all of my like YouTube content, and I really love how everything is just included in one, right? So this journal or planner is perfect for you if you are looking for an undated planner. So I love that because you can start it whenever you want. It also does come with like the sticker tabs and everything like that, and it's also great if you are just looking for a devotional because it's already built into the planner. So I highly recommend recommend this planner. So I will also leave the Instagram and the website to this below as well. So next I want to get into some books that I have been reading or have already read that have been amazing and super helpful for me. So I want to start with this book here. If you have been following along with our Bible studies, then you know that this is my homie, my friend, my go-to. And this is a Bible handbook or a commentary. It's called What the Bible is All About, and it was written by Dr. Henrietta C. Mears. And this just goes through and gives biblical commentary on every book of the Bible, and it just really helps to understand scripture. If there are passages that you don't understand, I highly recommend purchasing this book. I think it's great because it does include every book of the Bible in here. I also love standalone commentaries. I have some, for example, like a commentary just on the book of Daniel. But that can add up. You know, there's 66 books of the Bible, and so if you got a single commentary for every one of those books, then you would have 66 books. And I don't know about you, but I have enough books all over the place, so that is a lot. But I love that this book has commentary on every single book in the Bible, and it's all in one. And the commentary that I've read so far out of this book has been really helpful and accurate in my study of the Bible. And I will have links to all of these in the description box below. The next book that I read was Crazy Busy, and y'all, I would give this book 5 out of 5 stars. I have highlights all throughout here. So let me just read a section. I'm just going to turn to a random section. Okay. So this is page 28. It says, busyness is like sin. Kill it or it will be killing you. Most of us fall into a predictable pattern. We start to get overwhelmed by 1 or 2 big projects. Then we feel crushed by the daily grind. Then we despair of ever feeling at peace again and swear that something has to change. Then 2 weeks later, life is more bearable and we forget about our oath until the cycle starts all over again. What we don't realize is that all the while we've been a joyless wretch, snapping like a turtle and as personally engaging as a cat. When busyness goes after joy, it goes after everyone's joy. And like I said, I literally just turned to a random page, and if that describes your life, you need to read this book, because that's me. I get stuck in these cycles where I've said yes to too many people or too many things because I want to please people, and I get frustrated and I say, okay, I need to take some of this stuff off of my to-do list, or I need to start saying no to things. And then 2 weeks later, life feels good, it's manageable, so I'm like, okay, you know what, never mind, I can handle all of this stuff. And then there's just this constant cycle of me being frustrated and disappointed and tired. And if that is you, you need to read this book. So it's called Crazy Busy, a mercifully short book about a really big problem. And I will link this in the description below, and I highly recommend this. So the next 3 books that I'm gonna recommend are all along the lines of like singleness, relationships, love type of thing. So the first book is called Common Mistakes That Singles Make, and it talks about friendships, finances, emotions, family, dating, and future plans. And this is actually an older book that I found of my mom's. So the last print, so this book was printed in 2005. So this is an older book, but baby, when I say this Mary came for all my edges in this book. I was making about every mistake in this book, and one of the mistakes, and let me try to find it. Ooh, see, this is what I'm talking about, when you can just flip open a book and it's highlighted and it's just like, let me just read. So I literally, y'all saw me just flip open this book to page 67. I highlighted something and it says, the scarcity of Christian men is not your major problem. Your major problem and mine is learning to trust God in every area of our lives. Most of our frustrations can be traced to our poor understanding of who God is and to our failure to trust him completely. In my own life, I can see it at every turn. The more I know about God, the more I trust him. The more I trust him, the less I worry about men or anything else. And the less I worry, the more I'm contented and joyful and filled with the fullness of Jesus Christ. But as soon as I get away from that focus and fail to seek God with my whole heart, as sure as night follows day, depression, discouragement, self-pity, and hopelessness start walking in the door, robbing me of contentment and peace. It's not worth it. Please don't be fearful about the scarcity of sharp Christian men. If you're not careful, that fear will start to control your thinking and thereby your life. Maybe if that wasn't helpful for you, then I don't know. So let me just read some of the common mistakes. So number 1, common mistakes in our attitudes towards marriage, common mistakes in relating to the opposite sex, common mistakes women make in relationships with men, common mistakes that men make in relationships with women, common mistakes in dating, in relating to our friends, in relating to married people, in relating to family members, in financial and career matters, in our lifestyles, in our commitment to Jesus Christ, and then common mistakes that others make in their attitudes towards singles. So whether you're married, single, engaged, this book is just really helpful in understanding singleness and understanding God's purpose in it, and understanding God's purpose in marriage, and just how to relate to the opposite sex if you're single. There are just so many mistakes that I saw in myself as I was reading this book, that I saw in friends that I talked to, and the relationships that I've seen just in my life, and close people that are related to me. So I just hands down 5 out of 5 recommend this book. The next book, I don't have a physical copy, but I'll put a picture of the cover right here, and it is called God is a Matchmaker. And again, y'all, I'm gonna say this about all these books. As you can tell, I love reading, but this book is everything and more. So this book was written by Derek Prince in collaboration with his wife, or his second wife, Ruth, and so it really walks through their journey of finding each other, and not even finding each other, but God really bringing them together. And it just shows that when you sit back and you allow God to really write your love story, how beautiful it can be, how powerful it can be, how it truly is a ministry. And that book just gave me so much hope for my future relationship, future marriage, and that God can take the impossible and make it possible. And in that book, it also, like the one that I just mentioned, talks about our attitudes towards marriage. And in that book, I really had to take the time to pray and check myself about what my attitudes towards marriage was, why I wanted marriage. Was it because I wanted this to be a ministry, or was it because I wanted to be booed up on Instagram, right? And so that was really something that I had to take a step back and think about. Why do I even desire this thing? And to really just surrender that desire to God. And so those are 2 books that I would highly recommend for anyone who is preparing for marriage. The last book that I have been loving, and this is actually my book, a book that I wrote, and it is called Freedom: 5 Truths Every Christian Girl Needs to Know About Love, Sex, and Worth. And so I actually have been rereading this book, and I plan to actually start a whole series on YouTube based off of this book. Let me just read the back. It says, "The truth shall set you free. You don't have to stay stuck. This book was written for the girl who's tired of being stuck in the same cycles, who wants to learn how to live a life that's pleasing to God. This book was written for the girl who believes that the only way she'll ever be worthy of love is if she gives away the most intimate parts of her. This book was written for the girl who was never taught what healthy, godly relationships look like. This book was written for you if you want to know what God really thinks about sex, you want to stop beating yourself up for decisions you've made in the past, you want to learn how to be freed from the mental, emotional, and spiritual bondage you've been in, and more. This book wasn't written to condemn you or send you to hell. Ashton is real, honest, and transparent about her experiences with the hope that it makes those who have not had sex more conscious about the importance of this decision, and to show those that have that you don't have to be bound forever. You can have freedom. And so I decided to reread this book because, like I said, I want to create a series here on YouTube about it. But when rereading it, so I was actually just going through it, trying to look for like notes and looking for topics that I can expand on, and I was like, yo, let me just reread this book again, because I was writing. Let me just, like I did with other books, let me just flip to something and read it. It says, love from God is not based on who you are, but instead on who He is. When you understand that, it becomes so much easier to accept His love. He is not looking for you to perform or be perfect. There is nothing you can do to make Him love you any more or any less. It can be hard to understand this when for so long you've accepted, or maybe even given, love with conditions. Love that requires you to live up to somebody else's standards. Love that tells you it's my way or the highway. None of that is really love. Love is what you read above from 1 Corinthians. It's patient, it's kind, it's not prideful, it doesn't tear down others. That's real love. So this book is really special to me because I share a lot of my story in here. And yeah, this book has just really been helpful for me on my journey, and so I hope that it will help you if it's something that you need. And like everything else, it will be linked in the description box below. So that is it for my current favorite. If this video was interesting to you and you want to see more videos like this, then make sure to let me know in the comment section below. Also make sure to hit that like button, and also make sure that you are subscribed if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.